On behalf of all assembled here today, I should now like to invite our newest alumna, Dr. Janice Mackinnon, to address Convocation.
Chancellor Cowan, President Chokma, graduates, guests, and friends of Western University. I want to thank the Honorary Degree Committee of Senate and indeed all who contributed to me being here today. To return to my alma mater at decades after my graduation to receive this degree is a wonderful honor for which I am extremely grateful. Now, qualifying for this honorary degree was much easier than earning my first degree years ago. No exams or term papers were required. No hard work over years of preparation. You, the graduates, you have earned the degrees you are receiving today. I just had to show up. Going back in time, the world has changed so much since I sat where you are today. It was against all odds that I even went to university. I was the first in my family to do so. As a teenage girl in a very different era, it isn't surprising that I was considered someone who should follow more traditional possibilities. My father thought I would be a very good secretary. I thought my future probably involved meeting Prince Charming, getting married, and having children. Thankfully, my high school teachers encouraged me to go to university, and the decision to go was one of the most important I ever made in my life. Once here, my female friends and I encouraged barriers in some faculties. I remember my very helpful business professor taking me aside and advising me that business was really for men, and as a woman, I'd feel more comfortable in history. Well, today, if one looks across universities, women are present at all levels in large and growing numbers, whether as faculty or students. I must recognize the role that Huron College played in my life at Western. I lived in residence at Huron, I made lifelong friends there, and the small college atmosphere helped me to adjust to the university setting. There is a tendency for each generation to feel that the challenges that we're facing are the most difficult, either before or since. In fact, each generation faces challenges that are a product of its times. My generation went through the loss of innocence as we watched the war in Vietnam on television. Old ideas of the forces of light challenging the forces of darkness went by the wayside, and we saw many of our generation die in what to us seemed like a senseless war. The challenges of that war shaped my generation, and I think strengthened our resolve to make the world a better place. Your generation faces different but equally daunting challenges. There are uncertainties about jobs and careers in the post-industrial world. There is concern about the fragility of spaceship Earth as we struggle to cope with environmental change and the demands of 7.5 billion people. And there is a list of armed conflicts in the world as long as any in modern history. But your generation will grapple with these challenges, just as mine did, and you will be strengthened by your struggles. Our world is full of uncertainties, with the only constant being changed. But your generation has a huge advantage in dealing with a world in constant flux. Our generation assumed that our world would remain essentially the same, that our lives wouldn't really be much different than our parents. Well, we were in for many surprises and many difficult adjustments. But your generation has grown up with change. You understand that the world is constantly changing, and to succeed, you must adapt to it. And that is why this ceremony today and all it represents is so important. Each of you has changed so much since you crossed the threshold of Western University. Just think of the many ways in which you're different than when you started your educational journey at Western. But change has also been one of the most important attributes of your education. You've learned how to assess change, how to adapt to change, and how to influence change for the better. Each of you represents enormous potential and hope for the future. In addition to their pride in your achievements, that's why today you are joined at this ceremony by family and friends and by many in the Western University community. You represent the future, and our hopes for you are ambitious, and our confidence in you is great. I have no doubt that you're better prepared for the path ahead than you could know now. Western is an excellent university, but often we don't appreciate the quality of our education until years after we graduate. In entering the doors of Western and graduating from your programs, you have taken the most important steps to ensure your success. Education is more important in the post-industrial era than it has ever been. You are well prepared for the challenging path ahead. I'm proud to be here and to share this day with you. I wish for each of you the realization of your noble dreams. Congratulations and very best wishes today and always.